Hello all, thanks for joining in today for the webinar. We'll start the session right now. So I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Rohit Mohan. I am from the marketing team of Enapark. And with me today is Mr. Anup, who's the marketing head of Enapark. And also with me are the sales team of Enapark. And also, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Tushar Mehta from Omia. And we also have some of our prospective clients with us. Before we kickstart the session, I would like to set some ground rules. First of all, we would be recording the session, and it will be for our future reference. And I would like to request you to kindly refrain from speaking about offer specific detail, just for the confidentiality matter. And most importantly, please feel free to stop me and ask questions at any point during the webinar. And lastly, if you could mute your microphone when not in use, that will be great for the continuity of the session. So I'll begin the session by taking you through the journey of Enapark over the last decade. So Enapark is a global expert, and we specialize in providing solar energy to our customers. We conceive, develop, engineer, procure, and construct the solar power plants. And we also do the operations and maintenance of solar power plants. All over the world, we have done more than 455 solar projects with a cumulative capacity of 3005 megawatts. And we own close to 2000 megawatt of these projects. And we do operations and maintenance of our plants close to 2400 megawatt capacity. So this shows a summary of our presence all over the globe. And to highlight, we are ranked number 1 in Europe and ranked number 7 around the world. Coming to the domestic market in India, as you can see, we are present all over the country, and we have done more than 60 projects around the country with a cumulative capacity of 165 megawatts, and we own 8.2 megawatts of plants in capacity. To take you through some of our marquee projects, I would like to take you to Delhi International Airport's solar power plant. It was a unique project wherein we had a challenge of installing the solar power plant just 150 meters away from the runway. And that meant that we had to ensure the safety and without disrupting the operations of the airport, we had to install it. And in this project, we worked really close with DGCA, and also we had to do the glare analysis to ensure that the solar plants did not cause any disruption in terms of visibility for the incoming and outgoing aircrafts. And talking about another project, what we did on which was the first of its kind, wherein we installed solar power plant on ship-to-shore crane. In this project, we had a unique challenge of dealing with high amount of vibration loads, and we had to ensure that our power plant did not form any cracks, and we had to ensure that we delivered our level best and the maximum efficiency for our clients. And the third project is about the solar relocation. This is again very unique. We did the solar power plant relocation at the airport, again at the Delhi airport, and this was the first of its kind. To talk about our team, so please consider us as our partners. We are here to help you realize your solar dream. To talk about some of our core qualities, as some of you must be already knowing since you have already worked with us. We are open, transparent, and approachable. And we firmly believe that these are some of the qualities which would propel our company forward and help us continue the strong growth in the market. So Enerpark is a young and dynamic company, and that means that we have got added advantage of being agile and really flexible. And these are some of the qualities which has been really cherished by our clients in the last decade. So to talk about our reputed clientele, I'm really happy to share this wall with you all. As experts say, the proof of the pudding is in its eating. And as you can see, we have got a lot of prestigious clients associated with us, and we continue to evolve over a period of time. And as you can see, we have served in various sectors in the market. Now, to talk about our client profile, I would like to introduce Omia to all of you. So Omia is a leading player in producing industrial minerals and worldwide distributor of specialty chemicals. Omia is headquartered in Switzerland, and Omia's high quality of products and excellent customer relationship meant that Omia expanded all over the world. And at present, Omia is present in more than 50 countries around the globe. Omia serves to various sectors like construction, paper and bond, polymers, and many more. To talk about Omia's presence in India, Omia is present in Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat. And now to talk about our guest speaker, Mr. Tushar Mehta. Tushar Mehta has been working with Omia for the last 15 years, and he currently works as operations manager at Omia. He has been actively involved in operations of multiple production sites of Omia, and he holds a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Sardar Patel University. And he has played a crucial role in adopting solar power plant, solar energy at Omia, and thereby cutting cost and emissions at Omia. So thanks a lot, sir, for joining us today, and I would like to welcome you to the webinar. And I would like to start the discussion by asking a small question. Sir, could you please tell us a bit more about the solar power plant at Omia?
Thank you, Rohit, and good evening to all. Actually, the Omia has developed his policy, global policy on the renewable energy, and based on that, we have installed the first solar plant at Taloja in Maharashtra. And subsequently, we have many solar plants in the Asia. And also in the other regions.
Okay.
And then after we have expanded the solar in India by putting 755 kW plant at our Surat plant. And now again we are expanding the Taloja solar capacity on the available roof.
Okay.
So that is the Omia's global policy to install the more renewable energy and minimize the carbon emission.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. That's great to know, sir. I would like to ask you, what is the current plant load like, and what are the sources of energy that serve this current plant load?
The current the energy source is only the state electricity board for both at the Taloja and at the Surat, both the plant, and approximately 12 to 14% of requirement is getting from the solar.
Okay. Yes, yes, that's great.
Because in Maharashtra there is a limitation of 1 megawatt, so we could not go beyond the 1 megawatt. But now in Gujarat, there is a revised policy, and we have a more solar plants and more capacity. So we will again think over for the expansion in Surat once we stabilize the Surat power generation.
Okay, that's great to know, sir. And taking a step back, I would like to understand the initial thoughts, as in what was the main motive behind going for solar at Omia, and what is the driving need?
Obviously, in the market, the competition is very strong, and everybody is focusing on the cutting their production cost, their product cost. So same way, we have a drive to cutting down on the energy cost, and that's why our energy head, starting from our energy head to the electrician, is involved and come up with the ideas to reduce the energy cost. So in that line, this was come to my mind that we should have the renewable energy generation, because we have a very much good roof, and that's how we have exploring the renewable energy generation. I think three or 4 years back, we have started the exploring, and before 2 years we have started the generation in Taloja and now at Surat.
Okay. And when it comes to the space utilization, as we have just seen, this project is a mix of ground mount, rooftop, and also carport. So when it comes to the space utilization of the project, could you talk us through how the project was conceived, and what are the decision making criteria when it comes to the capacity? Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello, Tushar sir. Hello. Yes, he's done.
I think Rohit, you continue with other question. I think he's got some connectivity issue.
Okay. Yes. So yes, I want to check with you regarding the initial phase of the conceptualization phase. So this project was implemented as a CapEx model. So what was some of the thought process behind going with CapEx and OpEx model? Could you just throw a bit light on that?
I think if Tushar, can you speak, or should I highlight on this? I think, yeah. So Rohit, I'm Rajesh Tiwari.
Hello, sir. Yes.
So just to give you an idea on CapEx and OpEx model, I think Michael Jones is also in this call, who's head of energy global. Basically, we as Omia, we always believed in having our own CapEx, and believe me, I mean, it was, as Tushar said, it was a challenge initially because we were doing the first solar power plant at Taloja. And today we can see many more projects coming because of the success story of this CapEx model.
Yes.
First we worked on OpEx model, but somehow under the CapEx and OpEx, we were more comfortable on CapEx as a Omia, as a global policy. And that's why we adopted, and we had seen the success at Taloja. And in the same way now, I think most of the regions are following. Also, we followed the same thing in Surat, which you have just completed. I would like Michael to add some points from his point of view globally, what India, OMIA thinks about, the capex model. Michael, can you throw some light on this?
Yeah, I can comment on this. Generally, for OMIA, it's taking the capex model. The main reasons are that particularly on projects with a good payback, like the ones we've seen in India, OMIA would prefer to have the full benefits available to them. And in doing that, in putting in their own capex, they get the full return of the project rather than sharing it with another provider. And secondly, if we were to go through an OPEX model and get a power purchase agreement, we would have to go into a long-term agreement with another supplier. And we see certain risks in doing that. And we feel it's better that we control the risk by putting in our own money and having better control over the project, and we don't have to sign up long-term 20-year contracts with assumptions on power price, etc. So I think these are the reasons. Yeah.
Okay. So this when we talk about the risk involved while taking the decision, so I want to understand what were the risks that you felt would be important to consider while you're making these decisions. That's a business model, and do we go for solar? So what were some of the main highlighted risks that you considered, which were important?
I think one would be the assumptions that we would have to put into, say, a power purchase price for the long term. We don't have to make really that assumption when we have our own project. And after 6 years, it's paid itself back. And then after that point in time, we're getting good income with certainty and not having to rely on some assumptions on a power purchase price. We own the asset on our own roof. We have full control over it instead of having, somebody else's asset on the roof.
Okay. Okay. And especially coming to the rooftop solar aspect. So were you concerned about the roof and regarding the putting up a solar plant at the roof in terms of the structural stability, structural strength? So what was the assurity and how was the risk mitigated, if at all?
This is not. Should I answer that one unless Tushar's back online?
I think Tushar sir is back online.
Sorry, Rohit. There is
no worries. So
there is an internet issue. Yeah, please.
Yes. So I was talking about the risk of putting solar at the rooftop. So were you concerned about the structural strength of the roof when you are conceiving the rooftop model? And if at all there was concerns, how was it addressed?
See, generally the old roof constructed has not considered the load of the solar panels and the movement of the main movement on the roof. So that's why we need to recheck the strength of the structure, and if required, we need to re-strengthen the structure as per the requirement and the load of the solar panels.
And
now we have decided whatever the roof whatever the shade we installed, we consider the solar load during the design of the shade.
And how big a concern was or parameter was the safety in the overall process, and how were you convinced about the process?
Yes, the safety is very important when we work on the roof. In OMIA, we are very strict on that part to work on the height, and for that, what we have considered is the type of the walkway or design and the layout of the walkway. Also the PV layout, considering the roof edges and the safety at the roof edges. And also very important is the water leakages from the roof. So now Enerpark has a very good idea. Without drilling, the Enerpark is mounting the modules on the roof. So that is very important for us, where we have a finished goods as well as the raw material under the shade.
Okay. And when came to the discussion, how long did the PO discussion take place, and after placing the order, how elaborate was the process and how smooth did it go?
Actually, when we started the discussion with Enerpark for our Surat Solar, before that we have already finished one project at Taloja. So we have a very good experience, and the you can say the outcome of this project, and whatever the loopholes or a scope of improvement was there, that we have considered at the time of the Surat project. And it is not a long time to discuss and finalize the Surat Solar project with the Enerpark, because the offer quotation from the Enerpark and the explanation and understanding of the solar and Enerpark team was very clear. So it was not a long time to finalize the order for the Surat
That's
Solar.
great to know, sir. Yes. Thank you. That's great to know, sir. And regarding the regulatory approvals, how was your experience? Because in many of the projects, it becomes a difficult task to maneuver. So how was your experience, and how did Enerpark help you in getting the regulatory approvals?
Actually, now the government is promoting the renewable energy, so there is no much difficulty to get the approval from the government authority. And in Gujarat, anyway, the government is very supportive to get the approvals on the drawings as well as on the installation. So it is not much difficult for the Gujarat. Yes, it is a very easy to get the approvals, and the government officials are also supportive for the Surat Solar project.
Okay, that's great. And maybe talking about the investment aspects, since this being a capex project, you must have done the calculation of how much energy throw out and what would be the break-even period. So what is your expectation with respect to the break-even period of the plant?
See, Rohit, for OMIA, we have a separate IRR model. In that, we calculate the return of investment. And as per our IRR model, it is around 8 years to get back the investment.
Okay. And how well does the at present, how well does the solar energy integrate well with the rest of the energy needs of the plant?
As I said, the solar capacity 755 kW is around 14% of our total requirement, and it is very easy to incorporate in our requirement, because it is simple to connect the solar energy in our regular energy in MCC. So there is no much difficulty to connect the solar energy to our regular supply. And also we are going for the net metering with the Gujarat government. So that is also a beneficial. When we don't have a load, we can sell this energy to the Gujarat government.
Okay. And I think it has been almost close to a month since the project has been commissioned. So I want to understand how much time does it take on a daily basis with respect to the operations of the solar plant at the site?
Rohit, actually, in the operation and maintenance, there is no role of OMIA at present, because the Enerpark is handling the operation and maintenance. And so I don't think there is much involvement is required for day-to-day operation and maintenance in the solar. Only thing is, to get the higher efficiency, we need to keep the panels modules cleaned.
Okay. That's great to know, sir. And again, coming back to the experience of working with Enapark, we have commissioned the plant in December 2020. That's 1 month back. So I would like to understand how has your experience been working with Enapark?
It's great experience, Rohit, and I appreciate the Enapark work during the COVID period. Otherwise, this project also delayed more than 2-3 months. So I appreciate that thing, and yes, because of the COVID, it was delayed somewhat, but we have achieved the finish in the 2020.
That's great. That's great. Yes, and maybe concluding, from my end, if you were to be asked why Enapark, what would be some of the major highlights be of our company?
See, there are many companies are there in the market for the solar. Now the people are approaching who are not in the solar business, but they are approaching, and they get the order, and then they pass on this order to the solar manufacturer. So in that the Enapark is the multinational company, and I appreciate your safety standards and the quality requirements. When I met first time the Enapark representative, Ankit, so first day whatever he has committed, he has delivered.
That's great. That's great.
So that is much better thing compared to we experience the other solar vendors, and there is a good engineering from the Enapark. They study each and every corner to maximize the generation, and they suggest very good solutions. So overall, the knowledge of the Enapark team and the exposure to the Enapark team is very vast, and it is appreciable.
That's very pleasing to know, sir, and really great to hear from your side. And now I would like to open the floor to the participants. Please pitch in, and if you have got any queries, you can and doubts, you can clarify with me or the Enapark team, or our guest speaker Tushar, Mr. Tushar Mehta is also present with us. Please feel free to ask any of your impending questions. You can use the chat box, or else you can unmute and maybe probably ask directly.
Hello, Tushar sir. Hello.
Yes.
Tushar sir, can you hear me?
Yes, Amol.
Good evening. Amol here from Vidgyan India, Pune. Actually,
Amol,
we are also in process to go for solar power project. I want to know that how much is the capacity of solar power you have installed compared to your maximum requirement, maximum connected load.
See, as per the government rule in Maharashtra, we can go up to the 1 megawatt. So that we achieved in Maharashtra. And for Gujarat, now government has changed the policy, and now we can install more. Otherwise, there was a policy up to 50% of your maximum demand.
Okay. So my question is that for your Taloja installation, how much is the percentage of solar power plant that you have installed? Means your connected load is 100 kilowatt and you have installed 80 kilowatt, like that. What is your percentage of solar power?
It is around 12 to 14%.
12 to 14% of total load.
Yes, because our process is energy consumed process. We need more energy, and whatever the space available at Taloja plant, that we have used for the solar. And also there is a limit for 1 megawatt from the Maharashtra government.
And you are talking about modification in roof for solar panels installation. May I know what kind of roof it is?
It is a GI seat roof.
Means
The
it's a
engineering
PEB
building.
Okay,
PEB
okay.
is PEB building.
Okay, okay. Then that support structure that might have been costly there, na, for you, or how?
No. If you calculate on an overall solar project, then it is not costlier, because your
Okay,
solar project give you the benefit up to 25 years.
correct. And one more question. You might have DG sets for power failures if in case.
No, we don't have a DG set at Taloja as well as at Surat plant, because we have an express line from the MSCB, and we get the continued power.
But if in case there is any shutdown, how's the plan then for power?
Generally, MSCB gives us the notice for the shutdown, and we also plan accordingly.
Okay. Okay, and how's your experience? I think 1 year is past now for this installation, Taloja installation.
Yes, 2 years passed.
2 years past. So, how's the performance of this solar power plant? Means, is it as per commitment? Is the power units are generated as per commitment, or how?
Yes, the power unit is generated, but it is not as per the commitment, because it is depends on the solar intensity. So when somebody is committing, they propose some of the units generation based on the past experience. But if you see this year,
Correct.
the monsoon season was extended. So whatever we expected, we get a lesser power. But if the sunlight is there, then we get very good as per the expectation.
Yeah, but means they might have committed for a full year units generation. How much percentage you have achieved?
We achieved around 94-95%.
So means it's almost to commitment.
Yes.
5 to 10% is okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Amol, this is Srinivas
Thank
from
you.
NF Park. What I would like to indicate here is, rather than the commitment of the energy, we commit mostly on the performance of the system. Means the performance ratio of the plant, how much is the input from the irradiance and what is the energy generated from that. That gives the right value for any of the solar plant installed at any of the places. So that is the right terminology to be utilized, please.
Yes, that is correct. But as customer is in front of us, so I thought that let's have take feedback from them.
Yeah, you can take it. That is fine. But this is the terminology which has to be utilized.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you. Thanks for your.
And Tushar sir, have you any suggestion? Because this every project is learning for everybody. So have you any suggestion if somebody is going for solar power plant?
Are you going
Maybe
on a rooftop or on a ground?
Rooftop.
So for the rooftop, my suggestion is don't drill anything on the roof.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and make a safer walkway and the lifeline on the roof.
Okay. Any other technical suggestion on capacity or?
No, capacity, whatever the roof space is available without shadow, NR-Park will consume each and every corner.
Okay. Thank you, Tushar sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deshmukh Amol. Thanks for asking these questions. These are some of the questions that many of our clients have got. So thank you for asking these questions. And Ankit, I guess Ankur Agarwal also has got some doubts. He wanted to ask what type of solar panels are best to utilize commercially, for the life of a solar panel. On average basis, 1 megawatt plant require how much area and cost? So probably Ankit or Srinivas sir can answer these questions. I would like to introduce Srinivas sir, who's the engineering head of NR-Park. Srinivas sir.
Yeah, I can take that. It is a 1 megawatt means roughly requires, depending on the roof, basically it varies. and the shadow areas and how much it is going to cover by the obstructions and all those things. However, typically on a ground mount or whatever it is, somewhere around 3000 square meters will give you 1 megawatt of area. On the roof, how it is being distributed, it varies. So if the roof area is available and if it could be shared, we can tell you how much the capacity it could be accommodated onto that. That would be more appropriate on the rooftop installations.
Mm-hmm. He also had a doubt regarding the costing. So he want to ask what would be the approximate cost of plants with respect to the area. Probably, I mean, that's in Delhi, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. Probably Ankit can take these questions offline also, since it's very specific to the areas. And I guess it will require a bit more of a discussion. Ankit, are you there? Ankit, you are on mute.
Yeah, sure, Rohit. We'll take it offline. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Ankur, I think Ankit will get back to you offline on these specific requirements and the details. I think Mr. Deshmukh Amol had a question. Please go ahead.
Tushar sir, can you please tell us the technical specification of solar panel you have used? Is it and origin of that solar panels?
Our global standard is to use the tier 1 panels.
Okay.
So maybe Trina or any tier 1 panels. There are 4-5 vendors are there who supplies the tier 1 panels.
Okay, and what is origin for these panels?
It's mostly China.
Recommended?
Mostly origin is from China. Supply is from China. But now some of the Indian manufacturers started tier 1 panels.
Okay. Thank you.
Rohit, you are on mute.
Sorry. So I had a question which came across the chat. So that is, do you provide services after installation? So yes, we do provide the regular operations and maintenance of our plants. So that would be the answer. And Mr. Ankur Agarwal had one more question, which is the best or commercially available solar panel. So Srinivas sir, would you like to take up this question?
As Tushar sir has already answered that, we would like to go with the top-rated modules only, or Indian available modules at that point of time. It also depends on the time at which the order is being placed and when the modules are getting produced, basically.
Definitely. So any more questions? We would like to wrap up the session. Maybe we can have last 2 questions. I think that's all the questions. I would like to wholeheartedly thank Mr. Tushar Mehta and the OMIA team for attending this session.